Thank you so much, Karla, for coming. I'm really happy to have you here and to be able to interview you. I mean, I've done my research on you, so I know a lot, so please don't get creeped out. But I want you to, most of all, have fun, and I want the audience to learn all this amazing stuff that I've known because I've been following her, and it's the reason why I follow her, but I want more people to know what you're doing, what you're about.
Thank you so much.
So I was reading an article from this blogger, and she was so, like, in love with your whole image and your brand. And I read in it, it said, this is what she said, and I want you to tell me what your thoughts are. Is she right? Is she wrong? She described you as a classic chick with a little tomboy and ghetto-licious swag. Would you agree with this? Or if not, how can you revise it?
No, I completely agree. She's 100% right. I just when I read that article, I was like, oh my gosh, she described me
She
so
knows
well.
you.
She knows me. Like, I feel like she knew me. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, they're like there. I'm like, that's crazy.
They're the ones behind the camera. When really it's your brother, which high five to you for doing that. How did you get involved in the whole scene of the whole fashion beauty world? Like, having your family, like, as your brother be your photographer to help you with this. How did it all just come out? Did you wake up one day and say, this is what I want to do?
One day, I mean, it kind of started with my brother. He would always be like, you should put this on, and you should do this, and you should do that, and like he would design like little things for me, like shirts or whatever, customize something.
Wow.
And he would always be like, just do this and do that. And so he'd be like, yeah, like, let me take a picture of you. And I'm like, okay. So, I was like, okay, yeah. And then out of nowhere, like, I just started posting, and these companies started reaching out. They're like, wow, like, we love your style, we love your energy, like, so it kind of started with that. And my mom was like, no, she was more into, like, I think you should just focus in school and just she didn't really understand it.
Yeah.
As a Latina mom, like, you want the best for your kids, and I completely understood her, but it was just like something I was intrigued by. And I think my younger brother saw that I was so intrigued by it, so he supported me 100%. And if it wasn't for him, I would probably not be what I'm doing now, because he's literally what pushes me to do what I do as of now.
Oh, that's so
And so actually, I'm actually gonna go visit them. I actually leave tomorrow.
Oh my God! And you're here today. Thank you.
Actually, surprising her, she doesn't know.
Oh, good thing she won't see this till like a week from now. So the surprise will stay a surprise.
Like, leaving a whole entire
life.
A whole life,
Your
you
life.
know. At the time, I did have a relationship, so it was kind of hard. I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And then, but at the end of the day, I was like, I need to do this for myself.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I need to make my mom proud. I was like, I'm not going to school, so I have to do something with my life. I would call my mom, and she would just make me feel so good and be like, you got this. You're on a roll. Like, don't let anybody stop you.
I think that was the best advice. A lot of the times when, us women, we find love, we set back on our dreams. But I think the positive message that you have is that, you'll never wake up with a regret. You'll never wake up wondering what if. And I think that's the positive message all women should take from this.
Of course.
Not to say that love is irrelevant, but if the love is there, then they should be supported from afar and not make it a challenge. So, single women, put your hands up, okay?
Yes.
Independent boss ladies, put your hands up. So you've been in a couple of videos, girlfriend.
Yes.
Can you tell us one of your favorite ones and why?
I think it was my first one.
Okay.
So, I did two. It was Low Life with Future and The Weeknd. And then
Awesome
my second
artist.
one was 50 Cent and Chris Brown.
That's my boss. Hey, boss.
Oh my gosh, how do I do this? I'm like, my friend was like, just pretend like, you're on Snapchat and you're lip singing and you're feeling yourself. And I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, I got this. So, the first experience was like, just
Surreal.
in my head, it's like surreal. I'm like,
You're forever going to be in a music video and by amazing artists.
Yeah, so
And that's something to look forward to when you have kids.
I'm
much time. Look at Mama. She had it. Look at that.
Yeah, I had it.
That's awesome. I saw your Snapchat. and I saw that you had posted it on Instagram, and you were openly talking about a recent procedure you had.
It was honestly because I get so much comments, and I think since they have this stereotype thing for LA girls. So, you know, I would get always bashed, like, oh my gosh, did she get her lips done? Did she get this done? Did she get that done?
It's called the power of makeup. And your daddy paid for it. Okay.
So, when I did that, you know, I was having fun. I was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, I got it done, even though I didn't.
Okay, so she clarified it.
It's all about the contour.
Contour does wonders.
It does.
It does wonders. It just brings out beauty that's already there, and
it just enhances
it enhances everything. So, you know, if you want to hide and narrow something down, you could do that. If you want to make something a little bigger, you could always outline those sidelines, you know? So now that we're talking about lips and lipsticks, you came out with a collection and a product.
Yes.
High five for that.
Thank you.
Okay, so where did that dream come about, and where do you see it going now? Because I know it's starting off with the lip glosses. I'm sure it's going to open up more doors. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, so basically I was like, you know what? I need to do something. I was like, and makeup is my passion. So I was like, it's actually a collaboration. So I don't own the company. The company reached out to me about around December.
Okay.
So they were like, okay, you know what, we love your look, you know, like, it's an upcoming company, and we just need to bring it out, you know, we need to, so I was like, okay, I looked into it, I looked for a month or so, you know, I really did my research, because I was like, I'm not gonna
put your name on something you don't believe.
Yeah, exactly, not put my name on something that I don't love.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so for a whole month, like, I'm pretty sure they, like, hated me for that.
She's not replying.
I was like, this is not perfect. They're like, this is not perfect. So I'm like, okay. I was like, you know what? I don't like the shade. I don't like the formula. I don't, little things here and there that I was like, I just needed to be, if I'm going to put my name on it,
right way.
I need to do it the right way. And I was like, this is the first thing I'm going to put my name on it. So I'm like, you want that first product that you come up with, if I were to own a company later on, they're always going to remember that first product.
I'm not wasting my money.
Yeah,
or
no.
I am going, it was an excellent product.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, you know what? I was like, okay, I came about the ideas, I came out with the formula, I love the formula, the shades, it was 3 shades at the time, now it's 6. So it was 3 shades, and I named them Carlita, which was my childhood name, for Karla, you know.
Everything with the Ita.
Carlita. So I was like, you know what, that's perfect. It's a pinkish nude, so it kind of like, reminded me of that. My second shade was Aquarius, because I am an Aquarius. So I was like, you know, it represents who I am, my personality, you know, how I carry myself. I'm like, that's perfect. So then my third shade, I was like, Bellum. That's my mom's name. And it's a darker shade, and it just reminded me because she's so
rich,
intense.
Okay.
She's so intense. If you ever meet her, like, she's such an intense person, and you're just like, so I was like, it reminded me of that. So I was like, okay, I did little teasers here and there, and people were like, oh my gosh, like, they were like, I need to get it, like, these shades. And I was like, okay, great. Like, people were excited about it. I was like, that's all I wanted. So when I first launched them, it was so good.
I'm happy you did it the right way. You didn't rush. Because, I mean, I'm not going to put the names out, but a lot of scandal has been going on with a lot of big influencers in the beauty world, which products have been so disheartening and dissatisfying. It's like, your brand is your name, and you cannot, things will not launch unless you say okay.
Exactly.
And we might be rushing, and we might not, but it's your baby, and you want to see it grow.
You want to see it grow, of course. And so right now, actually, with the same company, I am working on my glow palette.
Oh.
So I'm so excited. We're working on the formula right now. This is the
for
first
you.
time I've mentioned that I'm doing this.
Exclusive! Okay, might be out in like 2 days now.
So I'm like, so I'm super excited.
I'm excited for you. working with, you've been with Mac Daddy.
Yes.
You've done a bunch of stuff with him. You're
I
the
did their
face of it.
campaign.
Yeah, you're the face of it. And it almost seems natural for you to branch out and get your glow on. You know? It's like you're glowing and you're growing.
I'm glowing.
And I'm so happy that you shared that with us today. You are such an amazing role model for, younger girls, women our age and older. And I want to thank you for your time today. And I'm so proud of you. I feel like a mom. So tell us, what are your dreams and aspirations for the next 5 years? What are your goals?
Of course, I want to own my own makeup line.
I see that happening.
I'm like, I need to.
I'm a psychic and predict the future, so I know that's going to happen. Well, Karla, I'm so honored to have you here. Thank you for being with me.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to put out all her information in my description box below, so make sure to show this beautiful girl some love. And yeah, thank you, babe.
Thank you so much.
Mwah.